Is from different backgrounds. They love the rugby league, and Leeds aim for the top of the table tonight to maintain their unbeaten start to the first Utility Super League season. It'll be a new experience for many of these Broncos, who scored the fewest and conceded the most tries in 2014 so far. The teams then, and the Rhinos really do have an embarrassment of riches, don't they? Tom Briscoe, Joel Moon, Kevin Sinfield all out. Ben Jones-Bishop, though, continues on the wing after his first appearance of the season last week when he ran in 2 spectacular tries. Stevie Ward plays in the centres for the first time in his career, and Rob Burrow, on his 350th Super League appearance, he captains the Leeds Rhinos tonight. Up front, there's no Jamie Peacock, Brett Delaney or Ryan Bailey. Ian Kirk then makes his first appearance of the campaign in place of Peacock up front. Jamie Jones-Buchanan makes his first start of the campaign. On the bench, the shape of things to come. Teenage forwards Elliot Minchella and Rob Mulhern are joined by the experienced Clarkson and Achurch. And now London, this team made up of the few survivors from last year, plus a host of loan signings from other clubs. They've got 3 from Leeds, for instance, and 2 of them play here, and young players with potential who arrive from the NRL. Thomas Minns is one of the Leeds trio on loan. There is some experience there in the shape of Ben Farrer and Josh Drinkwater in the halves. Up front, Scott Moore is back in Super League, having spent last year with the North Queensland Cowboys. He was an England international in 2009. Alex Foster at loose forward is the second Leeds man returning on loan with the Broncos. The other, James Duckworth, doesn't make it tonight. On the bench, Attila Bay made his debut last week, having arrived from St George Illawarra Dragons. He also had spells at Cronulla Sharks and Melbourne Storm. George Griffin was in the Super League playoffs last September with his old club, Hull Kingston Rovers. So what a test for these London boys. Invariably, though, do as we've been saying all night, they lift on visits to Headingley, have won 2 of 5 previous visits here, and in 2011, as the Harlequins, they recorded home and away victories that year against Leeds Rhinos. But 4 wins from the first 5 matches of the season for Leeds. It's their best start since 2009, when they finished on top of the table. Defence, they say, wins matches. No team has yet to score more than 12 points against them this year. They've only conceded 8 tries in 5 rounds so far. And it's a debut also on Sky Sports tonight for our big match referee, Chris Leatherbarrow, who comes from St Helens, and he is out in the middle, and he will be in control of things as he blows the first whistle. And here we go. Now this is the test of all tests for the Broncos, and there is the first mistake of the evening, because Farrell let that ball go over his head. It bounced inside the field of play, and it's a goal line dropout.
Well, that's amazing. You know, Ben Farrer has got enough experience to be at the end and come towards the ball rather than the other way around. He got caught out there and he knows it.
Steve, do you think that's the front rower's catch to make? Also Krasniqi?
Well, whoever's it was, they didn't make it, and here comes Kylie Lulawai now, and number 4, Thomas Minns, the 19-year-old centre on loan from the Leeds Rhinos, getting involved straight away.
It's important that London make sure their defence is pretty solid. If Leeds start scoring very early in the piece, the heads might start to go down. But it's pretty solid defence at the moment, and he'll have to keep that way. You can see there that Danny Maguire obviously taking the role that Kevin Sinfield normally does. He's going to be the first receiver for most of the time.
Callum Watkins having a little dash after the pass from Danny Maguire. Here now is Paul Ayton, the Papua New Guinea international, gives it to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Here is Rob Burrow, short ball to Lulawai, who bustles through a couple and eventually is hauled down just 4 yards short of the line. Ayton again, dummy half, he'll go the left-hand side. Maguire with the kick, and there's the first try for Brad Singleton. First try of the night. And I don't think London have touched the ball yet, other than to kick from underneath their own sticks. Singleton with the try. He missed Widnes last week. He began this season out on loan at Wakefield. He's come into the side again tonight, and he scored his first try in the campaign. Leeds with an early lead.
It was a neat little kick through, wasn't it? Misses right from the kick-off, and you can see there they should have been running towards the ball rather than going back. And from this position, Maguire's gentle kick through, and Singleton easy. It's a planned move. He knew exactly what was happening. That was a good call from Danny Maguire.
Well, he's told the players outside him, on his left side, I'm going to just dab that ball into the in-goal area. And the young front row forward, Brad Singleton, gets his first try.
They said that you've got to start as you mean to go on, and Leeds have clearly done that. In a game where they are heavily fancied to win this game by a large margin, the kick-off was superb, and the execution in those first 6 plays, enough to probably give them a 6-point lead inside 2 minutes. Brilliant start from them. You know, going into this game, London had 16 debutants, a virtually new side, and maybe the indication of that was the fact they didn't have players in the right positions to catch that kick-off to begin the match.
Well, Zach Hardaker taking the goal-kicking responsibility tonight because there's no Kevin Sinfield. He got 8 from 8 against Samoa for the England Knights in October last year at Salford, and he's got 1 from 1 tonight. So far for the Leeds Rhinos, they are ahead by 6 points to 0. And Tony Ray knows that's not the best start for his club.
No, he needed to apply the pressure, but as Eddie's already mentioned, you know, the London side, they've only just touched the ball, being able to have the ability to kick off. They really have to respond very, very quickly indeed.
Kick-off is from Josh Drinkwater. Here comes Kylie Lulawai. And Krasnicki was in there quickly. So too was Matt Cook, the skipper. At least in this set of 6, they are defending inside the Leeds half of the field, not directly from a goal line dropout. Great movement, and that's Burrow who gets it away to Stevie Ward. Stevie Ward goes to ground, loses the ball because he knew he was heading for the sideline. That's good work by London Broncos.
Yeah, good sliding defence. Offered him on the outside, nothing he could do about it. That's a knock on.
Is that stolen, Steve-O?
Well, I think there's certainly pressure around the ball, and it comes out off a London player last. So you could deem it as a knock-on. I think the referee's seen it as the Stevie Ward should have kept a hold of that one.
Yeah, it was definitely reaped away.
Jamie O'Callaghan, the culprit, the Irish international, 3 times.
Got away with it, Eddie.
Well, here we go. The Broncos with first use of the football. Ball in hand for the first time in 4 minutes. They're 6-0 down and looking to build on something here. That was Scott Moore at dummy half. That's ferocious defence from Leeds, and it's a knock-on.
Krasnicki raises the arm. We often say, no, why do they go into the defender with a ball-carrying arm? It gets jolted out time and time again.
It was great line speed from Paul Ayton. I think the message for the Leeds Rhinos players is if we do manage to give the ball away, we've got to back that up with good defence. You know, going into this game, I agree with Phil, they're expected to win, and sometimes that attitude of we'll just get the ball will score at every opportunity can sometimes make players and teams sloppy.
It was a decent tackle by Denny Solomona on Callum Watkins, that, because if he'd have missed him, he'd have been over the line for the second try. But here now is Ian Kirk. Now it's Rob Burrow. He just dropped the shoulder, decided to come right rather than go left.
There's a problem with Scott Moore.
That's the last thing that London need. Here is Lulawai.
He's feeling the arm. He went into that last defensive tackle.
Ayton finds Maguire, and Maguire then to Hardaker. Hardaker to Watkins. Such danger down the flanks for the Leeds Rhinos. It's Ben Jones-Bishop on this right-hand side tonight. Tom Briscoe, of course, being rested. And over on the other side, they have Ryan Hall, who's just signed a new 5-year deal. He tips the ball back inside, still on the last. Ablett keeps it going, finds the try-scorer Singleton. And then in the end, Kylie Lulawai comes up with a drop ball. And London breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, they certainly do. And the prop forward, it was a good kick into the corner. Maguire's got the kicking boots on, that's for sure. He got it away just before he went over the whitewash.
So can London create something here? If they lose, it'll be an unwanted record for the club. 6 consecutive defeats at the start of the season. Last week's 22-50 home defeat against Wakefield equalled their worst ever start that sadly they established in 2012. Scott Moore looks as though he's maybe shaken off that injury. And London looking to move the ball wide at every opportunity that they can.
That was brilliant defence though by Leeds. You could see there that even though it went through 4 pairs of hands in the London side, I'm afraid this Leeds defence just wrapped them up very easy indeed.
Drinkwater with the kick. Oh, and that was played out, and then it knocked itself back to Mike McMeekin, and McMeekin came up with a knock-on. Things not going London's way, to be fair.
Well, there's one thing that they can't certainly have an excuse for. In the opening 10 minutes, they have to find some aggression here in defence. There's no fatigue set in. They're a little unfortunate here that this kick bounces firstly off Callum Watkins, and then Mike McMeekin knocks on as he fails to pick it up here. But they've certainly got enough energy here now. Should have enough communication. You've really got to fire him with some defence.
Stuart, I noticed there that even though the player, we had it last night, the player who was moving towards the ball turned his back, it was still deemed to have been a charge down.
I think in the case last night, the player was actually moving towards it. In this case, he stopped and turned his back. And that is the difference, a very slight difference, but one the referee's got to adjudicate on.
And this is Maguire, and he slices through the defence.
Oh, he went high.
He did, it was McCartney.
He says play on. Maguire looks up and says, what on earth? Well, they're using this fella, aren't they? Charlie Luluai. That's a high shot there. That really was. McCartney.
Burrow to Ablett to Ward. He gets it wide to Ryan Hall, and he celebrates the new deal with a try. Ryan Hall over in the corner. No need to refer this one upstairs either. And Ryan Hall, a new 5-year deal signed on his 198th Leeds appearance. Many, many more to come, of course, over the next 5 years. And that is the 180th try of Ryan Hall's glittering try-scoring career.
Tremendous finish. He's a freak, you know. This is the break. They took the dummy, didn't they, from Danny Maguire. The high shot from the fullback McCartney. Wasn't seen by the official. He said play on. But what's the upper body strength on this from Ryan Hall?
Well, it's not a great effort from the winger, but McCartney, who's the fullback, can't make the ground up that's needed. This is a wonderful finish from Ryan Hall. Gives him the big see you later. Cook can't get hold of him. And the grip on the ball means that he can pull it away from his body, outstretch his arm and get the ball down while his feet and body are still in the air. Great finish from Ryan Hall.
Absolutely magnificent, and they came a-courting, Rugby Union and the NRL, and Ryan Hall has said, my future is in Super League with the Leeds Rhinos, and they'll be delighted that he is. Now then, Hardaker, the England international. 2 tries and man of the match in the win against Warrington. With the kicking responsibility. Another difficult kick this, but this doesn't look bad either. Oh, it's magnificent. They're on song, Leeds.
It's a dream start, isn't it? But this fella, he just comes up with some freakish finishes.
You know, good teams finish the chances, don't they, Mike? This is only the second chance they've had to get the second try. Transfer the ball quickly. You think it's impossible. There's more chance of him going out and playing in touch. But he brushes aside his man here and scores. You know, just to about trap that, showing all the skills, hands and feet here now. He's a player on great form.
And Phil, Ben Jones-Bishop came back into the side, scored 2 tries against Widnes, just to give the coach and the coaching staff that little nod. I'm still here, I can still play. Well, Ryan Hall probably done the same there. It's an embarrassment of riches. The best water boy, the best cone carrier in the league, Tom Briscoe.
This is Ian Kirk, 40 metres away from his own line, finds Maguire eventually, and Jamie Jones-Buchanan goes for a dart up the middle. And Singleton now.
Look at the line speed that Leeds are getting. They're getting over the advantage so easily. They want to get on with it. 12-0, and a switch of play by Maguire.
And the kick from Burrow in behind the defenders for these jerseys to chase, and it's McCartney who gets there, Tottenham-born, 20 years of age. In fact, we did the maths earlier, and if you take every age of these players that are wearing London Broncos jerseys tonight, the average age is just over 22 years of age. And there is Alessi McCartney, the Tottenham-born ex-London scholar.
And just a word on him, he's a great player in open play. I saw him play in an academy game a couple of years ago, last year, when London Broncos beat the Leeds Rhinos, and he was the standout player on that occasion. Played in the centre, so showing his versatility. Probably Tony Ray's giving him that role of you get on the end of everything, you run around and try and chase that ball and give us as much as you can.
Did kick downfield from Drinkwater. Underneath this is Ben Jones-Bishop. Now then, what can he do? It's not a bad chase from the Broncos, to be fair. The tackling has to be good. Moore gets to him with a little bit of help from Farah and Thomas Minns as well.
Wasn't the best kick, though, by Drinkwater. It was right down the throat. They can't afford to do that. They've got so much speed in this Leeds outfit. And, I mean, it's got a three-quarter line that you can just drool over, isn't it?
And here is one of them, Ryan Hall, to halfway on tackle number 3. Gets to his feet, plays the ball to Aiton. Lulawai will take it forward. And that was deemed to be off the shoulder, according to referee Chris Leatherbarrow.
He felt it, though, Lulawai.
Delayed pass from Maguire to the inside to Ian Kirk.
Well, those are the 5 best tackles London have made so far. Pretty good control of them, but the kicks here at the ends of the sets are what were hurting.
Oh, and this is hanging, and McCartney's got his back to his own post. He does really well. He does well as the full-back there.
That's a tremendous take under pressure. He was facing the wrong way as well. Boy.
Managed to hang on to it. It was up round his shoulders at one stage, wasn't it? Tony Ray building and hoping and wishing and praying for a win from somewhere during this opening Super League campaign.
It's a big learning curve, though, isn't it?
Well, it is, Steve. Well, when you consider how many players did they have at the turn of the year? 3, 4?
Yep. Good footwork then from Alex Foster, wasn't there? You've seen some quicker play the balls from London. Every team looks better if they get the ball and they can get some momentum.
We will see London again on Thursday night Super League at the Hive. We'll be buzzing our way there on Thursday, and it is the Castleford Tigers who will be in town. London against Castleford. Will Castleford still be unbeaten? They have got a match against Salford at the weekend. It's Aiton who finds Maguire. Now Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
You can just see that Danny Maguire is absolutely relishing this, being in this position, of course, with his old mate Rob Barrow in the 2 half-back positions tonight.
And he's on the verge of a milestone, is Danny Maguire as well. He needs 1 try for 250 in his career, and he hasn't scored in the last 4 matches. So look out, London. Danger whenever this fella gets the ball. He turns it back inside on this occasion to Hardacre. Here's another towering kick. Another tester for McCartney, but he's up to the task, isn't he, the fullback?
He's confident. He's confident. He doesn't look like he's going to drop this. He's short footwork, small steps, meaning he's adjusting to the flight of the ball while it's still up in the air. I'm telling you, we'll see something from this lad. When London get in good ball and there's an opportunity to take, he'll pop up.
Leeds harassing the man in possession, though, isn't he? Drinkwater's the man in at dummy half. That's the ball infield.
Shot.
To Sliney.
Hit.
It was a good hit. Sliney felt that and he dropped the ball.
Well, it was Kirk that went low, and you could see there Kylie Lulawai. He's such a powerful man. Not the tallest, but bang, look at that.
That's what you get off Kylie Lulawai. You get that all day. He hits the big fellas. Just stamps his authority on the game early doors.
He just keeps on going, doesn't he, Barry? He's almost as old as you. He's 35.
He is. He's a fantastic player, giving great service to this club and the British game.
Yes, the 5th longest serving overseas player in Leeds history is Kylie Lulawai. This is his 220th appearance for the Rhinos tonight. Ian Kirk now. First appearance of the season. Surgery on a rib injury that he carried for much of last year. He only missed 1 game, though. That was courageous. The pass from Burrow looked from this angle as though it was a touch forward.
Yep.
But Ablett hangs on to it and plays it to Aiton. Maguire again stabs it in behind the defence. Here comes Hall. Here comes another try for Ryan Hall. Dots it down behind the stick. 2nd try for Hall, 3rd try for Leeds. Brilliantly engineered again by the kick from Maguire. And Leeds are racing. Leeds are racing all the way to the top of the first Utility Super League table.
Well, they got away with what I thought was a forward pass in the build-up to that, but take nothing away from the skill factor. Once again, the kick. This is the pass there, and you can see it's about half a metre in front. But the kick is having the time of his life. Is Danny Maguire. Pumps it into the ground. It's a set pattern move. He knew exactly. Ryan Hall didn't stay out on the whitewash. He knew he was coming in on the angle. Got the bounce. They're running riot.
Well, Ryan Hall is. What a way to celebrate your new 5-year deal. 2 tries. And this time, the conversion from Zach Hardacre is not quite the 10-point difficulty. from out on the left-hand side. This is bang in front of the sticks. This could easily be 3 from 3, and this could be 18 points to 0 to the Leeds Rhinos. Singleton started the ball rolling opening minute. Hall's added 2. Hardick has added the 3 conversions. Leeds Rhinos 18, London Broncos 7.
Well, if you're a fan of good tries and good rugby league, then this Leeds Rhinos side are really going to show you something tonight. You're seeing the product of players that have played together for years and years and years. Even though, as you mentioned, Eddie, Maguire and Burrow, it's 2011, the last time that they've played in the halfback together. But they know each other's game. The kick-off's gone out on the full, and
no, it hasn't. It bounced in the field of play.
You're correct, Eddie.
Terrific kick-off from Drinkwater.
Well, he's got it back, remember. Right from the start, they allowed it to do this, did London, and now Leeds have done it. It's a lack of concentration.
I bet they wish they'd lost the coin toss and kicked off to start the match. You know, it would have been so much different, wouldn't it? We'd had this scenario in the first minute.
It's a goal line drop out.
It's a good one as well.
Some length on it too, isn't there? Absolutely there is. And here comes Krasnicki, who'll drive it in. Now then, we've seen how scintillating Leeds are in attack. What are they going to be like in defence? This is one of their own, Alex Foster, 20 years of age. And this is Scott Moore. Moore gets the ball away brilliantly. And that, once again, is Sliney. This time he hangs on to it. Moore again at dummy half. And gets the ball away to Farah. Farah thought about the short pass. Dunn thought better of it. Took it himself. London threatening to score points for the first time tonight. Drinkwater gets the ball back to McCarney. McCarney then finds Caton Brown. And Caton Brown is grounded by 2 Leeds defenders. There's McCarney at dummy half. It's Drinkwater again. Josh Drinkwater gets the ball away. But it all comes to naught off the fingertips of Scott Moore. And Leeds will run the ball back.
Yeah, I was looking for Caton Brown there. Just couldn't get to it. Drinkwater looking for the centre. Well, a golden opportunity there for London to strike back. Amazing kick that from the kick-off of the possession, but you just watch now how Leeds, they just trundle it through, and they try to play the ball a lot quicker than most teams in Super League.
Ayton looks for Ablett and finds him. Tackle coming in from Foster. And also in there once again was Sliney. And the kick, a 40-20 attempt. Will it skip away? Will it skip and find the touchline? Yes. No, it doesn't. It's great work again by McCarney.
Oh, he's done well there, Eddie. To keep himself, be aware of that sideline, bat the ball inside. He's a good player, this young man, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was good play, wasn't it? Just for a moment there, I thought it might have touched the whitewash, but yeah, he's got a talent, and that's for sure. But again, it was a great kick, wasn't it? Leeds, they can afford that. You know, when you're leading 18-0, you can afford to kick early in the tackle count, go for the 40-20.
And despite the fact that we've had quite a bit of rain here in West Yorkshire today, the pitch is in magnificent order. It's firm, and here he goes again, Nick Sliney.
Good work there by the prop forward.
Now Farah attacking down that right-hand side. Good ball, O'Callaghan. Ball goes inside, and that's knocked on by Stevie Ward.
Yep. Well, a golden opportunity there, at least he saved a try, Stevie Ward. He had the numbers there, you could see it was on. The Leeds defence had gone right away across O'Callaghan, the pass on the inside. Ward just got the fingertips to it.
Did Mins not look a safer pass and a better option then? He seemed to have maybe just exposed Ryan Hall a little bit, and we're going into this game seeing Stevie Ward play centre for the first time. He might make 1 or 2 mistakes defensively, but London have this ball and a chance to apply a little bit more pressure.
And Televay has come on the field, and he plays it to Moore, and Moore gets it away to Drinkwater. Short pass then from Drinkwater to McMeekin. McMeekin's over the line, but has he been prevented from scoring? And this one will be handed upstairs to the video referee. Chris Leatherbarrow wants them to look at grounding. So here they go. Phil Bentham, who was in magnificent form last night, on the right of your screen, and control of the Warrington-Wigan match. Ian Smith. What do you think, Stuart?
Well, again, it's all about the grounding. A similar one to last night. Does he get the ball on the ground, or is it put down on his leg? It's going to be very close. It's almost depends how much cut there is on the grass here, I think.
Hardick is desperate to prevent the big man Mike McMeekin from putting the ball down. Gets his leg on. Can't see anything here, Stuart, that tells us it's down yet.
Nothing's down yet. Nothing's down yet, but the tackle isn't complete. Still need to keep rolling it on to see if anything happens. But it looks like Zach Hardacre has done a great job of getting underneath that.
That's some trick, that, Stuart. He's trapped it between his calf and his backside.
I'm sure they practice that all the time.
All the time.
That's a page out of the Barry McDermott coaching manual, I think.
Yes. Mike McMeekin's done incredibly well, and whether he gets this ball down or not, at least they're asking some questions of the defensive line of Leeds.
I don't think it touches the terra firma. I think Hardacre's legs got right underneath it, and McMeekin can't get any pressure downward on it.
Interestingly, while we are waiting for the decision and waiting and watching these pictures, all the players are lined up ready for the next tackle on the 10-metre line.
And the decision is no try. Eagles held on. It's going to be tackle 2, 10 metres out.
So now we all know, and that's where the players were waiting. And here is Vey again in centre field, so that's tackle 3. Just 9 metres from the line this time. Moore gets it away to Drinkwater. He then gets it to Farah. They go wide again. Thomas Minns, what a night it would be for him if he scored against his parent club. And Stevie Ward all over the top of him, making sure that he doesn't do on this occasion. Farah then infield, it comes to Moore.
It needed a long pass. You could see there that Jamie Jones-Buchanan had come in on the angle.
Ateleve again. He looks a big, rough guy, this. And it's the turnover, this. I think maybe he just missed the count. He puts a hand up, apologises to his colleagues.
He just got overexcited there, Eddie.
Maybe the game plan from the London Broncos is to get the ball down, get it as close to their opponent's line, and maybe hand it over and give it so that they can get a nice set, structured defensive line and make Leeds work a little bit harder coming away. We'll watch out for that, Steve-O. Maybe it'll happen again.
That's good tackling by Vey and company. And here's a kick now from Burrow.
Just a touch too long.
After that. It's a Leeds ball because it was touched in flight.
Yeah. Neat little kick.
Was this an attempted charge down then? I think it probably was.
Again, he's turned his back, but he's jumped at the ball. He's jumped towards the ball. So that's why the referee's deemed that he's played at it. He's gone to charge the ball down.
And that's Matt Cook, who, as captain, leading by example for London this year. Tops their tackle count for the season. He has personally made 168 before tonight. Jamie Jones-Buchanan again.
Better structure as well in the London defence on this occasion. See, they're moving up as one unit, but there's a couple just hanging back out wide. It looks as though they'll go right.
That was Chris Clarkson who played the ball to Aiton, and he tries to hand off a couple of players. Goes down, though, tackle number 4 inside the 20-metre zone. Singleton, first try scorer, finds Burrow. Burrow then to Maguire, back from Maguire to Clarkson. And here comes the last tackle for the Leeds Rhinos. Down the left they go again. The little dab through by Danny Maguire once more. This time McCarney reads the script. Only does well. Managed to get over the goal line and back into the field of play. So no goal line dropout there for London.
Well, another tremendous kick, but you've got to give a lot of credit to this full-back McCarney. Talk about putting your body on the line. Leeds are obviously fully aware of his ability, but he's come up trumps nearly on all of the occasions.
Well, he's probably saved 10 points so far in this game, hasn't he, with the way he's played and kept his side with some enthusiasm as well. A quicker play of the ball from him. Barry made the point a few seconds ago that London have asked a few questions, Mike McMeekin, one to others. When they've got the legs driving, they've found a quicker play of the ball, help the side to get downfield. But obviously the difference is the class, really, the finish of the tries, the 3 we've seen so far.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do, is to put it right down the throat of this fella, Zach Hardacre, who's in scintillating form. Tony Ray will be a little bit disappointed with the kicking game from the Broncos so far.
This is Ablett now. There was a thought in Brian McDermott's mind, I think, to put Ablett into the centres to cover for the injured Joel Moon, but he decided to go with Stevie Ward instead because Ablett's been playing so well this year in the back row. And there is Singleton, who finds Burrow. That went backwards, was missed by Hardaker, and it could easily, I was going to say it could easily be a London ball this, but Ryan Hall thought better of it.
And again, you can pay the price when you go far too high on this fella. Upper body strength, physique, so strong.
Mitch Achurch, it is here, who plays the ball to Ayton. Now it's Maguire, high again. It's time to test them on this left-hand side. And did he claim that cleanly? The referee says he did, Denny Solomona.
He seems to have lost it. Did it hit the head of Jamie Jones-Buchanan? That could have been classified as a knock-on, perhaps.
Well, another score says it's 18-0 and 25 minutes gone, but London haven't really played that bad. They haven't missed that many tackles. They've certainly carried the ball forward with a lot of enthusiasm here. And I think that probably they're a little bit hard done by the class, really, of those two kicks from Danny Maguire and the scores from Ryan Hall. Probably just that difference, really. But they've led against most sides with the way they played in that opening 25 minutes.
Josh Drinkwater's kick just doesn't find the ground. All it does is find Zach Hardaker again. He tries to return with a bit of interest. Here goes Maguire. The man who was trailing him couldn't touch him. He was stood in an offside position. Drinkwater got the tackle in. This is Hardaker. Now it's Ben Jones-Bishop. Bishop keeps the legs pumping, gets them over the 40-metre line. This time next week, of course, Leeds will be in action against St Helens. And that's a match that you'll be able to see with us live on Sky Sports next Friday. So it's London Castleford Thursday and Saints Leeds next Friday. That's a mouth-watering prospect. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, Paul Ayton gets a good ball away to Achurch. And Achurch, he gets almost to the line. He does get to the line. There was a despairing effort by Thomas Minns to keep him out. But did Minns actually drag him over the try line himself? This could be the fourth try for the Rhinos, and Ian Smith and Phil Bentham will just check out the grounding.
And that's what it's all about again, similar to the earlier no try, is he in control of the ball when he goes over the line? Nothing wrong with it so far. He's still in possession of the ball at that point, even though he's got it in one hand. And what happens to it there? Well, I don't think we can see from that angle whether he's grounded the ball.
Minns does look as though he's dragging Achurch over the line, doesn't he?
He does, and of course there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's by the collar, to be fair, yes. It was an attempted tackle.
It's pretty difficult, though. You're going into the tackle and you're coming from behind, and it's the momentum that takes it. This will prove if he gets it down. Yeah, he's got it down. Achurch will be given this. No doubt in my mind.
Well, the ball's grounded.
It's a question,
I was going to say, is it over the line? I think that's what Phil Bentham will be checking here. Just trying to find out whether it's only got to touch the line for it to be a try.
And the decision is try.
So Mitch Achurch gets his first try of the season. He was a substitute at Witness last week. It was his first appearance of 2014, 7 days ago.
You can see there that the London defence, they moved together and then all of them stopped. It was a neat little pass by the hooker. Ayton just brings him through, it sucks in Matt Cook. The momentum takes him over. It's a good finish in the end.
Well, the last three players involved in that try are all forwards. It's a forward passing to a forward to provide a try for a final forward. Achurch is the one who gets over. You can see he puts the ball inside the in-goal area. There's no doubt about that. Good player, really, isn't it? The size now, as Ed last night when we saw one of the tries between Wigan and Warrington. Forwards passing to the ball, Barry. Great to see, isn't it? Encourages a more enterprising game to watch.
Absolutely, you did. You said it last night, and I watched the game last night, and you see a lot in the modern game. Forwards aren't just cannon fodder, they aren't just running as hard as they can, they're not just straight and hard, they've also got the little touches of class, the intelligence. They can draw and pass, they can put and thread players through holes. Jamie Jones-Buchanan puts a beautiful pass to Paul Ayton again, who feeds Achurch, still has a bit to do to finish it, but it's wonderful to watch rugby league like that.
And it's been a wonderful acquisition, hasn't it, really? Brian McDermott, he knew what he was doing when he brought Paul Ayton into the club. He's added that extra dimension, and we keep, as you say, we keep drooling over this Leeds three-quarter line. So young, so energetic, and so classy.
Well, Leeds have a record, don't they, almost the last few years, picking up one of the best players from the bottom sides in the competition. First, they brought in Joe Moon, who everyone knew when he was at Salford was a classy player. Then they brought in now Paul Ayton, who, again, people would tell you was one of the meanest defenders in the middle of the field. Very, very good at picking up a player who's probably outplaying the potential of the players around him.
24-0 to the Rhinos. Zach Hardaker maintaining his 100% record with the boot tonight. High kick from Burrow, and again McCarney has claimed the kick. That was a spinner that was coming at him. 4 tries from Leeds. The first one scored by Brad Singleton. I know that people have little flutters here and there on who's going to be the first try scorer in matches. Brad Singleton, prior to tonight, had never scored for the Leeds Rhinos. He's only in the side, of course, at loose forward. And I just wonder what his odds might have been to get over the line for the first try of the match.
Well, Eddie, I know his dad, Aid, and everybody back in Barrow would have had a pound on him just to see whether he gets over the line. But I'm not sure lightning's going to strike twice, so he might be better off, everybody back in Barrow. Just keep that £1 in your pocket, and the next time he scores, you'll have saved up quite a couple of quid.
And he's a classy guy as well, I must say. He's gets through a lot of hard work. On that occasion, you saw there Josh Drinkwater. All right, it was a little bit too strong, but at least they could line up on that 30-metre line rather than what they have been doing, which is kicking right down the throat of Zach Hardaker. The biggest problem now for London is, can they keep Leeds out of their own half?
Well, the answer to that is no, they can't, because that's Clarkson and they're on halfway, so they go into London territory with Singleton again, the man we've just been talking about. Must have been long odds, I tell you. This is Ablett, and Ablett trundles it forward down the middle.
Not as long odds as O'Connor used to be, and I can tell you his father would have been far better putting that £1 back in his pocket.
Angled kick from Rob Burrow was knocked forward, so it's a free play this for London, and this is Mason Caton Brown. McCarney again, the fullback, working hard, chiming into the line, very safe at the back so far. None of the tries that London have conceded down to him. Here's a penalty for the Broncos now.
Yeah, he's very eager, isn't he, the fullback McCarney? He's impressed me, that is for sure.
First penalty of the game, this, after over half an hour, and it goes London's way.
Yeah, just messing around. You can see the fullback never had any opportunity. Now then, let's see what the Broncos can throw at them. Remember, it's been a very solid defence throughout this season as the Rhinos.
And Steve O, there's another young player just taking the pitch, number 20 for the London Broncos, James Cunningham, former Hull player. You'll like the look of him. He likes to come out from dummy half. He's got a good bit of pace, really intelligent from dummy half. I'm sure you'll like him, Steve O.
There he is, number 20, going into dummy half. He's on loan from the Black and Whites this season, ex-England international. And here is the fullback again, Ilyas McCarney.
Well, I must agree with Barry in one sense. You know, all the hookers, they're very intelligent.
And there he is. There is Cunningham. A little scamper from dummy half, a couple of metres short of the line. A looping pass, finds its way to Drinkwater, showed it to Vey, keeps hold of it himself. Down he goes in centre field this time, but 10 metres away. And here is Farah, who will kick to the corner, looking for the big man out there, who was Denny Solomona, but that was far too high, far too long.
Idea was good. Accuracy, not. Just a touch too hard. Tried his damnedest, didn't he, Solomona, to get to it. Now it's important now that the Broncos really get into this Leeds attack. Try to just maybe dislodge the ball. Force the error.
I'm looking back to see whether Leeds can play with the same intensity in the last 10 of this half that they started the game with. A lot of players buzzing around supporting the ball carrier. Okay, we know London might not be contenders to get to the grand final, but Leeds should be here. We'll see whether they can maintain the intensity over the 40.
Yes, they will be contenders. There's no doubt about that. They will hit the top of the table tonight if they record a victory, and at 24-0 with 32 minutes gone, you would assume that that will be the case.
Well, when you're leading by 24 points to nil, you know you've got the game virtually wrapped up. And this is the opportunity now for the Rhinos to do set pieces, to work out different tactics. That's a neat little kick into the corner.
Oh, and it's not gone. It's not gone. And McCartney again to the rescue. And then he's bundled over the line. That is a penalty. Well, is that a fair penalty?
Well, as soon as he touches him on the ground, he's actually tackled, so he can't then move him after that. If he does it all in one movement, then that will be fine.
Now then, does the toe,
It's
toe
very
of the
close,
boot,
isn't it?
toe of the boot, did it get onto the whitewash? Touch judge was there, but
well, touch judge was right in line, Steve, or you'd have to probably take his opinion on it rather than the camera angles that we're looking at.
And wasn't that all in one movement, Stuart?
Well, no, because he's actually got hold of him and tried to pull him and push him over the sideline. He's actually tried to pick him up a little bit. As soon as he touches him, that tackle's complete.
Well, London won't be complaining, that is for sure. And to be fair, I don't think many in the crowd will be complaining either. And I think the pictures have proved that he did not go into touch. The toe stayed the right side of the whitewash.
Well, he's been their start, hasn't he, the full-back, McCartney.
But he's had a lot coming at him, Steve, hasn't he?
It certainly has. I mean,
Catalan against Huddersfield is live from Perpignan tomorrow night at 5:25, Sky Sports 2. First of our offerings for you from Catalan live this year. We're going to be seeing every home game from the Catalan Dragons in 2014.
disappointing kick yet again. I'm sure Tony Ray would have got the message out. We've seen every time that Leeds get anywhere near the London line, they put up the high bomb. London, they haven't done one yet.
Blew a bit early, I think, then, didn't it? Sadly for the South Standers here. They thought something special was on the cards.
It was. Hall had broken the line. He was on his way to the other end. Would have been a hat-trick for Ryan Hall. The referees penalised him for not standing square at marker, which is fair enough.
I think he acknowledged that to the players. He thought he'd made the tackle, and he thought he was giving an advantage to Leeds. But you know, he's done pretty well in these first 35 minutes for his first, second game. I think it is at this level.
Debut on Sky Sports, though. He knows the cameras are on him. We spoke to him beforehand, wished him well for what was to come.
Well, I like his attitude, and he is talking to the players, which I always find a great asset. Any referee, the players respect that. And you can't fault the London Broncos for that effort. You know, they really are taking them on. It's just that this is a very strong defence.
This is
from Leeds.
Matt Cook, the skipper, gets to within 24 metres or so of the Leeds line, going down that right-hand side again with Farah. They get so close, they look promising, and then they just drop the ball, don't they?
Well, a regular London supporter that I speak to says that he doesn't think the squad this year has players as good as the one last year, but he definitely agrees with you, Mike. Their effort is far superior to the one that they put in on most occasions in 2013. And with players like Mike McMeekin, Olsi Krasnicki, you know, one or two of those have got great potential to be brilliant players in the future. What you can't always judge, the present performance doesn't always determine the potential that a player has, and one or two of them, I'm sure, are going to end up playing at a decent level.
Carl Ablett goes down under the latest challenge. It's incredible to note, actually, that number 20... Oh, hang on, I'll come back to that in a minute, because here's Maguire.
Oh, he's furious, is Maguire. Where was the support?
Was that man McCartney with the try, saving tackle again, and Burrow with a kick looking for Ryan Hall. Finds Ryan Hall! Hat-trick for Ryan Hall! First half hat-trick in 37 minutes for Ryan Hall. And Ronnie, the Rhino, delighted. Ryan Hall delighted. All Leeds supporters delighted. Another try for the Leeds Rhinos. Just let me make that point. 23-27, that's number 27, Jamie O'Callaghan. He's the Broncos' longest-serving player.
Again, a good kick. This time from Rob Burrow. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew that he wanted that ball and nothing was going to stop him. As I say, at times, he's freakish.
And you watch that play, Steve-O, and you think, why doesn't the London Broncos player catch that? Well, it's all to do with momentum. Ryan Hall is running onto the the kick. He's trying to catch it. He's got momentum because he's running towards the ball, and O'Callaghan simply just has to wait for the ball, and that was unfortunately a mismatch. And Ryan Hall picks up his third try.
His third try tonight, his 10th hat-trick in Leeds Rhinos colours.
And I can assure you that Ryan Hall will be not satisfied with 3. He'll be all out for more, that is for sure. But it just shows you the difference between the two sides. The Leeds kicking has been quite superb.
Zach Hardaker then to try and add the extras, maintain this 100% record with the boot, and he just pulls it the wrong side of the post. The crowd, with a smile on their face, they give him a bit of a boo. I just wonder if Ryan Hall's got his eye on Leslie Vainicolo's 6 tries in a Super League match record in his sights tonight on the week that he signed his new contract, because he is the hat-trick.
Well, some people nickname him the world's best winger. I know the London Broncos won't be the strongest side that they'll play against this year, but the finish that he's had, looked in total control, hasn't he, with everything he's done here today. Does look quality, and it adds, you know, to the theory that Leeds probably do have the best backline so far in Super League, and they're able to find a way of using that to their full advantage.
Here's one of the young guns for Leeds now. That's Elliot Minchella, who's on the field. Did play last year, we saw him on Sky Sports. Here goes Watkins. Watkins has got pace to burn. He also has Ben Jones-Bishop in support. Wonderful try. Wonderful, wonderful try from Leeds. From one end of the field to the other. And this really could be anything tonight for the Rhinos. Ben Jones-Bishop. Well, he is giving his coach a little nudge, because that's his first try tonight. He got 2 tries last week as he made his comeback into the Leeds Rhinos first team. Remember, Tom Briscoe is running on with the kicking tea in the water tonight, so they're not badly off, are they, for Flyers?
Look at the brilliance there of Danny Maguire. They put the pressure on him. Danny Maguire did the chink and got the ball away, and that's great support play by Ben Jones-Bishop. Maguire here is brilliant. In and out.
Well, they look like they're having a competition between themselves. Ben Jones-Bishop and Ryan Hall. Whatever you can do, I can do better. That's a length of the field effort. Everybody involved, but ultimately it's the finish of Ben Jones-Bishop, and he gets the 4 points.
And Ben Jones-Bishop, of course, once upon a time was on loan at the Harlequins in 2010. The kick is successful from Zach Hardaker, 34-0.
Well, the club keep playing an 80s hit that Depeche Mode had some sex with. They just can't get enough. But the Leeds Broncos can't get enough of this either.
Likes his music, Philip Clark, doesn't he? A golden oldie on Sky Sports. Great stuff from Leeds. Big